just the fact we're doing NASA, I would say, is
Okay.
one of the wildest
Yeah.
ones.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean,
That's cool.
so we've been doing automation, machining, and fab. We had never really done a ton of electrical work. It had just been like some panels on automation projects, and we got an opportunity to do a large NASA project for their Mark II launch tower. And it was 1,100 cable assemblies, I think. And when I say cable assemblies,
I was supposed to ask, what is a cable
it's
assembly?
not like what you're thinking. It's not just stripping wire and you're done. I mean, it has, machined pieces on the end, and there's torque specs, and you have to cable test every single wire, and then you have to cable test the assembly, both ends for continuity and all that. I mean,
There's 100. So there's 100 wires that plug in to an end that's machined, and that's the cover, and then it has to be clear urethane poured around it. And that's another. I mean, it's just holding that. So we had to design a fixture that would hold the cable up in the air to put the end on, and then we machine the molds that go around that cable, and then we actually pour the urethane there, and it has to be clear. I mean, there's a bunch of specs.
no bubbles.
No
and
bubbles, specs.
The paperwork, I mean, as you can imagine, just to ship is, I mean, we have a guy who pretty much that's what he does.
So all he does is paperwork.
He does the paperwork for the NASA project. But that also, our other big project that we're doing, that NASA project allowed us to do it. So we were quoting a multi-million-dollar machining job for a customer, and we were talking about investing, 1.3, I think is where we ended, $1 million in machinery to get this job. And it just started to make less and less sense for us to do it. Well, because of that NASA project, when I was on the phone call with the customer, we had a good relationship, and he's got his yellow hat on, as I say, and was just venting and was talking about, I'm having to find somebody to build these electrical assemblies. And I'm like, well, can we take a look at that? And now that is a, year after year contract with them for, well over $1 million that we're doing with them, just because of that NASA project that we're doing.